Hello everyone, so I am Jason and welcome back to Watch Companion. We have such a rare and unique watch to discuss today. I'm so excited. This is the Rolex Day Date 128235 in rose gold 18 karat and with a diamond Pavé dial with rainbow sapphire baguettes as the hour markers. We are here today more for the dial than this watch itself. Honestly, Rolex's website does not say much. There is so little coverage of this watch, which really is just frustrating because it's such a gorgeous, piece. We today are going to add to the horological community so people can know about this watch. We will definitely get to the dial and more specifics because this is the information we all actually care about. Let's begin, like we always do, with information about the specific Rolex model line. Let's talk about a little history of the Day Date. The Day Date launched originally in 1956 and was the first watch to include the full day of the week additional to a date function. So the day and the date. Esoterically, some call this the Rolex President or Rolex Presidential. Now, the nickname, it originated due to the 36th President of the United States, Lyndon B. Johnson. He was famously seen wearing a yellow gold Day Date. The Day Date has been worn by numerous other presidents, such as President Ford and Reagan and Nixon and Trump and many others. The Day Date watches have a unique bracelet. They include a rounded three-piece unit design, the middle links being polished and the outer links having a satin finish. Flipping around, the clasp of this watch is unique. It includes a hidden clasp that seamlessly opens by lifting the Rolex coronet. It's a very nice looking bracelet. Comparing it though to a Oyster or Jubilee bracelet that Rolex offers, I have to say I prefer those bracelets more. And the reason why I prefer them more is more because of their adjustability. So when you're wearing a watch, your wrist can swell, it can contract. With the Oyster and Jubilee, you have an adjustment that does not require any tools. So it's great. You could just, change the length of your watch just on the go. You don't have to worry about it. Now, with the President bracelet here, unfortunately you can't. You're kind of stuck. Some things I have also noticed about this style bracelet is the coronet. It may hit adjacent links, leaving a small circular peck on that link. Now that being said, the bracelet is very distinct, and I do not know of any other watch that features this style of bracelet. There are many watches that feature an Oyster style, most of Rolex's, and many other companies that kind of copy the Oyster style. Okay, we're almost at the dial, just hold on. Moving our way to the case and bezel of this watch, the case has a polished finish and the bezel is faceted. Rolex calls this kind of concept a fluted bezel. It is a very delightful appearance that as the light bounces off of its facets, it gives a fiery shimmer. Now this particular watch does have an option to upgrade it even more so than the diamond dial. You could have a diamond bezel, or even more, you could have diamonds for all of the center links. But honestly, if you're going full on, you're going to be doubling the cost to get, a complete iced out watch. With something that amazing, it ends up looking fake. Throwing this watch under the microscope, we have an unbelievable dial. Rolex decided to call this concept Pavé. Pavé is supposedly French for pavement. So the idea is a widespread placement of diamonds makes the dial seem like a pavement. A sparkly, very sparkly pavement. Okay, a little weird of a name. I wouldn't really want, something I walk on or drive on to be my dial and considered luxury, but I'm not the one marketing this, but I can say it does look really nice. I do have to say though, if I had to choose what kind of metal I would want this, between rose gold, yellow gold, or white gold, they're all gorgeous, but if this was the white gold model, the setting of the diamonds would be white gold and, not rose gold as we see here. I definitely can imagine the dial just becoming a sea of shimmer. The rose gold, I definitely do love this, but if you look in certain lighting, the dial it appears, rose gold more than like a white shimmer. But, it definitely does shimmer still, but it looks like a rose shimmer. If it was all white gold, the settings would be white gold, and then it definitely would have an ice pavement appearance. Rolex uses the very best diamonds, really at all obtainable. They are IF and DG colored. So what is that? Let me explain a little what that is and literally how this dial is shimmering so much. So first thing we need to know about is clarity. So I said IF, which stands for internally flawed, and that is the clarity. So when referring to diamonds and clarity, this is basically how many other random stuff is inside of the diamonds. Now this is natural and normal. These random stuff inside of the diamonds is called inclusions. So depending on having more or less inclusions will determine how good of a clarity the diamonds will have. So the less inclusions, the better. Okay, now understanding this, the top clarity with the least amount of inclusions possible is called flawless. This means nowhere in the diamond are any inclusions visible by an unaided eye or a jeweler's magnifying loupe, and then going one step down from that is going to be something called IF, which is also called internally flawed. This is very similar to flawless, except the perfection is just the inside of the diamond and not also the outside. So you may have some inclusions on the outside of the diamond. Understanding this, you rarely will find any flawless diamonds in jewelry because once they are put in a setting, they are really not considered flawless anymore. The component I mentioned, D to G, is referring to the color of the diamonds. The whitest diamond color you can have is D, and the more you progress through the alphabet, E, F, G, H, I, the diamonds become less white. There are other elements like cut and carat, but we're not caring about that right now. As impressive as these diamonds are, something to consider is the cost of diamonds. With these characteristics, they are not going to be crazy expensive at this size. The larger the diamond is, the price would exponentially increase. So say you have a 1 carat diamond with this IF clarity and say D colored. Or you have a 2 carat diamond with IF clarity and D color. So looking at the prices, you can see there is a significant difference between a 1 carat diamond and a 2 carat diamond. Now it's not going to be, just double of what a 1 carat is. It's going to be a exponential difference because of how the rarity is of finding a 2 carat like this. So understanding that, that would mean a smaller diamond, it's a lot more common, so it's going to be a lot less than a bigger diamond. There are 10 sapphires on this dial. At the 1 o'clock position, we have a violety blood red ruby, and as we move clockwise, we move through the rainbow. At the 4 to 5 o'clock position, we have a beautiful Pave sapphire color. At the 6 o'clock, we have a yellow color, and continuing more clockwise, we have greens, and then blues, and then royal blues. Getting to the 11 o'clock position, if you're looking at the right lighting, the royal blue could even look blackish. The sapphires are the reason that this dial is so super rare, and also the reason why, if you're on Rolex's website, they won't even reveal the price to you. Rolex needs to acquire sapphires with similar characteristics, cuts, and appealing hues. And, somehow this is a difficult task. It is not just attempting to find one sapphire that is really nice. It's attempting to find 10 that are really nice, that go well together. And a fun fact about this, so far as I've found, this is actually practically the only component of a Rolex that is still done by hand and, not by a machine. That's right, you're paying that much for a machine-made watch. But this dial is done by hand, and it also says it on Rolex's website. It's just such an appealing sight to look at. We have our red hues on the right and our blue hues on the left. They just collide in the middle with a yellow, forming a rainbow. It's just very delightful. At the 3 o'clock position, we have the date with the signature Rolex Cyclops lens. And, this is going to give our date a 2.5 magnification, just making it easier to see the number. I've been wearing this watch on my wrist now for the last week or so. It honestly is an adjustment. Now, not because it's flashy or because of the rainbow is showy or the diamonds are showy. It's more because of the weight of the gold. Now, this is a 36mm watch, which, would seem small, but it's shockingly, this is also 36, but shockingly, the difference between the weight of this watch and this one is quite significant, and you feel it on your wrist. So, after a few hours of wearing the watch, it does make my wrist a little achy, so it's an adjustment to get used to that weight. Just a few more things to say about this watch. So I'm sure this may come up in the comments or conversations. This watch has no association or significance to LGBT community. Rolex does not have any stance, pro or against, and they're not going to comment about this. This is not a pride colored rainbow watch. So in the last few decades, the LGBT pride ideology, it's definitely been blossoming and capturing the rainbow as their motif symbol. But I want it known that the rainbow has been an artistic motif a lot longer than this, community movement. The rainbow has been part of numerous designer watches like Audemars Piguet's, Patek Philippe, Hublot. Now there's a lot of companies and none of them are saying this is for that association. The reason they're using the rainbow is because it just looks nice. So everyone's going to be asking, how much is this watch? So retail, like I said, it's not listed on Rolex's website. There are definitely those that would never wear this watch and hate the flashiness of the diamonds and the rainbow sapphires, but I know we all can agree that this is a piece of art, that it should be admired, and I'm so happy I'm able to share the information about this watch because there really was nothing online about it. This watch will end up in museums one day because of how artistic it is. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video and had a good experience from it. I tried providing most of the information I could find on this watch. So subscribe to this channel, please like the video. I know I haven't been making videos in a while, and that's kind of because personal life has been kind of getting in the way, but I am still devoted to watches and enjoy video making. It's just been difficult with other matters going on. So I hope you enjoyed and see you in the next one.